Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another day in our year of yoga journey. Yay! I think we're on day 83 today as we bring our hands to heart center and set an intention for our practice. Taking the arms high now and then planting down through the right hand as we lean over to the right, left arm overhead for a side bend. Breathing in and then exhaling over to the left, bringing our right arm overhead. Over to the other side. This time just tilt the head and open the chest a little bit further towards the sky. Over to the left now. Opening the chest, twisting the upper body a little bit more towards the ceiling. Back to the middle. Taking the right leg long, tucking the left leg in towards the pelvis. And do a hamstring stretch. On the exhale, reaching the right hand down our right leg. And then on the next exhale, bringing the left arm up overhead. And then just trying to get the hand a little bit further down each time. And if you like, you can bring the left hand on top of the right arm and drop your head in between the shoulders. And just pausing for a moment, feeling the stretch down the back of the leg. Coming back to the middle, changing legs, left leg long. On the exhale, reaching down with our left hand and then coming up and over with our right. And then placing the right hand on the left arm and dropping the head in between the arms. Breathing deeply. Shout out to all my inflexible yogis out there who are probably finding this as difficult as I am today. Crossing the right ankle over the left knee now. And just raising the hips off the ground, letting the hips hover. The hands are behind the back here. Just drop the head back slightly. And just pushing, gently pushing the right knee towards the ground. And this just takes pressure off the spine. It should feel really nice just being suspended in the air like that. Changing over to the other side. Left ankle over right knee. Just letting the hips hang above the earth. And then gently lowering back to the mat, swiveling around. So you're facing the top of your mat now. And you can stay in this position. It's sort of like an M position, I guess. Or if you want to, you can come into reverse tabletop, taking the hips high towards the ceiling. Really squeezing the glutes underneath the body, embracing the core. And then coming over to our tabletop position, getting set up for cat-cow. And when you're ready, taking a deep breath in, dropping the stomach towards the earth, dropping the head back. And then on the exhale, curving the spine towards the ceiling and taking our gaze between our legs, tucking the pelvis towards the face. Taking a breath here and then inhaling into cow pose. Taking one round of breath and then exhaling into cat pose. And with your hands, it's like you're pushing the earth away from the body. So everything is engaged. From the wrists to the forearms, to the shoulders, to the abs, the glutes. Turning the hands so the fingertips are facing the knees now. I'm just going to lean back slightly to feel this beautiful stretch through our forearms. Continuing to breathe. And then gently coming back. Tucking the toes, downward facing dog. Pedaling out the legs if that feels good. Getting a beautiful stretch down the back of the calves and the ankles. Getting some heat happening in the legs and the arms. And if you find that you get dizzy in downward facing dog, maybe just pull back into child's pose. As we come into dolphin pose now, planting the forearms down on the mat, taking the hips high. And then gently placing the knees on the floor, taking the left leg out long to the side as we plant down through the right knee, bringing our arms up overhead, and then placing the left arm down the left leg as the right arm comes over for a side bend. Inhaling, planting both hands back on the mat, and taking the right leg behind now and crossing it over the right leg back to the left side. Our right arm is stretched out in front, and then just pushing the left heel back now on a 45-degree angle to get a stretch through our right glute. Maintaining our breath work. And then bringing the left knee back to meet the right. Taking the right leg out to the side now, raising both arms up overhead. Placing the right arm down the leg, and then left arm comes up and over the top. Planting both hands on the mat, bringing the right leg back, left arm long, and then tapping the right leg over to the left side of the body. And then on the third time, tucking the toes and pushing the right heel away from the body, sinking the hips back, and then feeling the stretch through the left glute. Keeping the shoulders square on to the top of the mat. Tucking the toes, downward facing dog. And then slowly walking the feet between the hands, coming in for a forward fold, halfway lift, forward fold, and then gently rolling the body up ever so slowly, letting your head be the last thing to unravel. Hands in prayer position as we step our left foot back, coming into warrior one. Sinking the hips towards the earth Maybe doing a bit of a back tilt here, taking the arms further back. Coming into warrior two, setting up the feet. Back foot is parallel with the back of the mat. Arms are parallel with the earth. Flipping the front palm, reverse warrior. Back to warrior two. Straightening the front leg and shifting the upper body forward. Bringing the right hand down the inside of the right leg. Left arm goes long for triangle pose. Taking a round of breath here. To warrior two, framing the front foot. And then taking the right arm towards the sky. So we get an upper body twist. Framing the front foot again. And then kicking the right leg back to meet the left in downward dog. Coming into our chaturanga now, so high plank, slowly lowering the body to the mat, untucking the toes. And it's your choice here. You can do 3 baby cobras or 3 full cobras. Whatever you're feeling for your back today. Inhaling as we rise, exhaling as we fall. Tucking the toes, downward facing dog. Walking the feet between the hands. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Forward fold. And then gently rolling the body up to a standing position. Hands in prayer position. Stepping the right leg back this time. Coming into warrior one, hands above our head. Engaging the core, the pelvis, leaning back a little bit further, bit of a back bend. Warrior two. Flipping the front palm, reverse warrior. Straightening the front leg, shifting the upper body forward, triangle pose. Coming back to warrior two. Framing the front foot. Planting down through the right hand this time, taking the left arm towards the sky. Breathing. Framing the front foot, kicking the left leg back to meet the right, downward facing dog. Chaturanga. Lowering the body slowly to the earth. 3 cobras. Last one. Tucking the toes, downward facing dog. Dropping our knees to the mat. And then swiveling over to our bottom. Coming into boat pose. Now this might be enough for you, leaving your hands on the mat. Otherwise, raise the arms parallel with the mat. Or if you want to take it the next step, you can add some movement. So tucking the knees in and then taking the legs long. Tucking, then lengthening. Keeping it nice and controlled. And then slowly lowering the body to the mat. Bringing the heels closer to the bottom now, planting down through the feet, lifting the hips towards the ceiling. Bridge pose. Squeezing the bottom. Coming up onto the shoulders and then gently lowering back down to the mat. Coming in for an inversion pose now. So taking our legs high towards the ceiling and supporting our bottom with our hands. Maybe flexing one foot and pointing the other, alternating feet. We want to send the blood flow back in the other direction. Give our legs a little bit of a rest. Taking our legs wide as we're in this inversion pose. Making a V shape with our legs and then bringing them back to the middle. Taking them wide again. Slow and controlled back to the middle. And then lowering the knees towards the face as we lower the body back down to the mat. You might find that you can feel some tingling through the legs. It's completely normal. And with the heat in your legs and the tingling, I'm going to stretch out into Savasana. So taking the feet wide, letting the legs feel heavy. Letting the arms feel heavy. Relaxing the mind. And just allow your body to become one with the earth below you. If you can get it to a point where you can't feel where the ground begins and where it meets your body, it all just feels like one big ball of energy. And while you're lying there, just greet the world with grace, resolve and assurance. And let's shower ourselves with gratitude right now, which will help lift your head and heart into a soulful state of calm, peace and wonder. Let's deepen your appreciation for the gifts of life and reduce any worry, stress or tension that is lingering and no longer serving us. The magic of gratitude will always nurture your well-being and deepen your connection so that challenges transform into opportunity and reveal understanding, wholeness, and the strength of all you are. Bringing some movement back into the body now. A beautiful little passage that I read from some gratitude cards that I have as we push ourselves up into the seated pose, closing down the eyes, taking 2 rounds of deep breath here. Raising our arms up above our head and bringing our palms together as we bring them to our third eye. May we have kind and loving thoughts today. As we lower our hands to our mouth, may we speak kind and loving words today. As we lower our hands to our heart, may we have kind and loving intentions today. Always for ourselves first, and then for others. Have a magic day, everybody. Namaste.